As the sands of time falls fast, hope to save their friend remains in the air. This is Gluttony and Earth. Hello and welcome to the IDL. My name's Nick, and this is Gluttony and Earth. He put his codes in the machine. It's Kyle.
I'm in.
The world he found was made of faulty dreams. It's Adam.
I have minor insomnia.
And he's on his own in the psychic silence. It's BakaZombie.
Where am I? Is anybody there?
No. There's no one. It's you and Craig in the void.
Craig!
Craig's our recording bot. So people don't have to wonder who Craig is and what episode where the lore drop was. That was a Gorillas reference for all you gorilla heads out there.
Feel good?
No. I think that would be more recognizable than Oils
I'm
by
happy.
Gorillas featuring Stevie Nicks.
Glad. Only two Gorilla songs I know, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm a huge gorilla head.
Prove
I
it.
think it's just good to just like when you want to say you're a fan of something, just to say like a slightly related word and add head at the end. That should be the band's next time is coming up with a better thing than bookhead. Because I think I listen editing back like every single outro I started using bookhead, and then I'm like immediate like, this is so bad, why am I doing this? And you guys call me out on it. I'm like, I panic, and then I panic every time.
Here was an arbitrary rule I set for myself as a child exploring the musical world. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I only said I was a fan of the band or the musical artist if I liked at least 5 of their songs. Otherwise, I just like that song from that person, not them.
That's fair. That's good. I think that's okay. I usually say I'm a fan of someone if I can hyper fixate and listen to one of their songs like for 10 hours a day. And Gorillaz. So when I was whatever, I think my Bants was out taxes or some shit. So here, this is the new Bants.
Bad. I haven't done my taxes.
This is coming out like 3 days after tax is done, and I haven't done mine either. I had a whole thing about it. Whatever. Okay. So music wise, when I was a kid, I only listened to the oldies. So like, and that ruined me forever, I think, because I was really into like the Beach Boys, and I think I got really fucked up on the idea of like believing in romanticism and stuff like that, which is, it's all just slop. It's all nonsense. And it really fucked me up in my relationships. But so like that's all I listened to was like the oldies. Get me some Dion and the Four Seasons.
Celine?
What? No. I do like some Celine, but the wrong
Dion, are you talking about?
This Dion's the first name. I don't know his last name. I only know he's with the Four Seasons.
December 19 whatever. Adam's gonna spit up his cider.
But anyway, it was like in 5th or 6th grade that a friend of mine on the bus had the Gorillaz self-titled CD. And I listened to that. That was like the first time I was listening to something not the oldies. And let me tell you, I was hooked. Forever hooked. I say forever. They have like 2 albums I haven't heard, but I've listened to the recent one, which is what that was because it was featured Stevie Nicks, another musician I like.
Growing up, I listened to nothing but modern country because that's what my parents had on the radio all the time. And then one day I was like, I'm gonna listen to one of my dad's old CDs, and I pulled out a Eric Clapton CD, and the first track on it was "I Shot the Sheriff." I'm like, ooh, this is some saucy, different. I listened to that song over and over again, and then eventually one day, I don't know why, what prompted this, but my dad took out an old VHS he had that he like recorded stuff on, and he recorded Weird Al's Fat music video and played it for us. And then I listened, and I got hooked on Weird Al, and then Weird Al then shot me out to all these different genres because he covered so many different things. And now I've got over 7,000 songs on my playlist on Spotify. But back to your 10-hour fixation thing, 10 hours a day. There's been multiple times at work I will just put on a 10-hour version of a song and just let it go. And it's with the stupidest songs.
Yeah,
I did it with this one's probably the worst one. I did a Drive-In Tori, which is from an anime, and it's like 10 seconds long.
Oh no!
So that for the entire work shift, just a 10-second jingle. And I also did it with Old Town Road, which is two really bad songs to do it to, but I did both of them.
One specifically, this is kind of a weird break from my role, but this is where I know I just like the song and not the musician, because I have to Google his name every time I want to find the song. It's Break My Stride by Matthew Wilder.
Oh, yeah.
I'll listen to that for 10 hours at a time. Especially, I used to play a game on my phone where you're just a giant boulder of death. So you're just rolling down a hill, killing all the villagers as a boulder, and listen to that just on repeat on my headphones. Oh, it's bad. I will say, so on the oldie station on Sunday nights, late at night, they would play the Dr. Demento show.
Oh, yep.
So that's where I then became fixated on comedy music, and I would print out lyrics to those songs and sing them to my teacher, and it's bad. It's bad.
I was with you up until saying it to my teacher.
It was bad.
Yeah.
I immediately felt embarrassed afterwards that I enjoyed anything and wanted to share it with the world. Yeah, so I got into like weird music after the oldies. Kyle, do you listen to music?
Taylor Swift and Iggy Azalea. That's what I bond with Kyle over is Taylor Swift and Iggy Azalea.
Yeah.
I just send him Iggy Azalea songs. He's like, "Did you just hear this now?" Like, no, but I saw the music video now.
I don't really listen to the same song most of the time. Because I use that. Do you guys use Spotify?
I do not.
I have your playlist saved on my Spotify. So
I have yet to figure out Spotify, and every time I try, I just get angry with it and just go, "Fuck you, Spotify," and move on.
You have to pay for it for Spotify to be worth anything.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because otherwise it does random songs, but if you pay for it, you can listen to what you want.
That's what's been so confusing, because I'm like, I want to listen to a song, and I have to hear 3 songs first, and then I get to the song, and I'm like, how do people do playlists? You can't do anything with this goddamn app.
You have to pay for it.
I tried doing a podcast on Spotify, and like it would rearrange it weird. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So I always just give up on it. Do you pay for it, or do you like the randomness?
I don't pay for it. My brother pays for like a family plan for everyone in the family.
So it's still paid for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still paid for, but not by me.
Okay.
But what was I've been recently using the AI DJ thing.
Oh yeah. I hate that it talks to you and talks to you like it's a person. Like you can't tell that it's AI. And it picks the most random artists that I have in my playlist that I have like one song. They probably only published one song, and it knows how to say their name in a way that doesn't sound like AI. It is insane how good it is at speaking to you. But yeah, it's AI DJ, and he picks some random shit sometimes. Like, why are you playing this for me?
He's been playing some good shit for me.
He picked like random stuff that none of the songs were in my like playlist. And he's like, "Oh, you'll like these." I'm like, "No, I don't."
Recently, though, he's been like picking some songs that I've listened 10 years ago. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm going to try and find the one artist that he... Vamp while I'm doing this.
Yeah, I was going to, and then you spoke up to say Vamp. So I thought you were going to say something.
Chase Noseworthy.
You did not convince me you're not an AI with that.
Yeah. That's the thing. He said it better than me. And that's like a YouTuber who made like one fan song for Critical Role. And he knew how to say it perfectly. I'm like, what?
instead of like things that are like really old for me, recently on YouTube, I don't know if that just had like a algorithm change recently or something like that, but it's been putting in playlists songs that I listened to like 10 years ago also, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I'm not hyper fixating on this right now. Like, you know, the 3 songs I play, come on. What is this? Yeah, I think it's enough music. Dance over with that 10-minute mark. Fuck you, music. No one listens to you. Go fuck yourself. It's time for the recap. Okay, so last time on this here podcast, Darius and Deborah finally reached Mother's Village. Greeted by a family, while everyone else seemed to be scared and hide in their homes, a family welcomed them in, said you can't be bad people because you have a child with you. You seem like you're a caring family. You're a good person. Spoke with them a little bit until finally, after a little bit of resting their weary feet, were sent off to go to Mother. Back in Fracterra, we picked up that night as everyone is carving their fear totems. We went around, said what everyone's totems were. Ildatha and Nathaniel, both of them had a totem that looked exactly like themselves. Thellum's was a ring, and Endien was whittling away in something into nothingness. Nathaniel, as they were suspicious of this, confided in Ildatha, and then finally Ildatha raised a question to try and provoke an answer from Endien to see if there's something strange going on. Kind of helped them decide something was still weird, but nothing definitive. That night, however, Thellum punches Endien in the face, smashes her skull against the cave wall in an attempt to knock her out, thinking something suspicious. Things get a little out of hand. Thellum is able to get the air elemental's gem and book it far into the snowy night, never looking back. Endien tries to go after, charms Nathaniel. Nathaniel then doesn't really help nor hinder, but Ildatha is able to try and chase and slow down Endien, eventually knocking her out. Ildatha is able to bring her back to the cave. Nathaniel eventually wears away from the charms, turns into an elk and starts checking for Thellum. Isn't able to find him, comes back to the cave. Thellum is hiding in a tree where he spends the rest of the night gripping that air elemental gem. And that was a very succinct recap of what we did. Some of these can get lengthy. I'm like editing and I'm like, get to the fucking point. What am I doing? But yeah, so I mean, that night, I think we're going to have Thellum, Ildatha, and Endien roll Constitution saves for staying in the cold. Nathaniel, I think, is better suited for staying in the cold right now. Thellum, it's because Thellum is sleeping in a tree. Not necessarily because of the cold, but because he's in a tree.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah. And then Endien, because Endien is just knocked out in the in the cold. And I'll explain Ildatha in a second.
This is going to sound mean, because she is already unconscious, but Nathaniel does blindfold and, like, lightly tie Endien. Like, not, like, but just enough so that she couldn't, like, immediately
No, that's a good idea. That's actually significantly better, and I'll say that's probably why Ildatha succeeded. Because Ildatha was going to stay up that night, hauling snow over to the cave edges to build a 3-layer wall so Endien could not see the exit.
I see him like starting to gather snow, and I'm like, we can like, we have like because Eldatha's is he an elf
He's
or an
not
Eladrin?
He's an elf.
Okay, I like just pull out like a strip of fabric. I'm like, it's like if she can't see, it'll be okay, and then we'll just like lightly tie her up, not like. Just so she can't pull it off and then just like run, like you hobble a horse, like that type of situation.
Oh, that makes it so much easier. I was about to build a 3-stage wall for people to get in and out, but so she couldn't see to get out. And I suppose this makes a lot more sense then.
Yes. Also, if you, I'm glad. If you had that idea, I can also turn into a bear, which would have made moving snow a lot easier as well. So, like, next time, just like a little bit of communication. But we got it figured out.
All right. Okay. I think we solved this. So Eldatha saves. What about Thellum? I have been like literally all day. I have been like my entire day has been me thinking to myself, okay, what kind of formation of snow to block this entrance can we like? What is going to make this work?
Hey, that idea fits both you and what's his fucking name?
Eldatha.
Eldatha. I was going to say Nathaniel. Eldatha's character very well.
Yeah. This is overcomplicated.
Overcomplication. Yep.
Perfectly. Okay. So what did Thellum get on the con save?
A 10.
A 10.
A 10.
I believe you just have to beat a 10.
I hope so.
What did Endien get?
A 10.
A 10. Oh god.
We were running, bro.
Yeah. I'm also unconscious in a cave with 3-layer snow wall in front.
No, there's no snow wall.
There's like a pile of snow at the entrance, but nothing more. At that point is when Eldatha got interrupted. DC 10.
Thank God, I already have 2 levels. I can't take anymore.
All right, yeah. So if everyone who passed, so because you didn't fail, if you had exhaustion, you go down in exhaustion.
Thank God. Now start killing these guys easier. I mean, not
okay. So the night goes through, and we can pick it up in the morning. I'm assuming because Nathaniel and Eldatha don't have to rest as much as, say, like Thellum or unconscious Endien, because Endien would be out for 8 hours because of being knocked out. Oh, by the way, you would because through the night you get your hit dice back, not necessarily healing to full. You can use the amount of hit dice that you'd like for that. So the morning comes. Thellum, whenever you'd like to come back, just put yourself into the story. I think we're going to start in the cave, and I assume at some point you will just wander back. Unless you have something specific you want to do out by yourself, then you can let me know and we'll just go there. But I think for now, we can just start at the cave with Eldatha and Nathaniel and Sleepyhead Endien.
Don't do that. Choice.
So the next morning comes. At some point, Endien would wake up. Nathaniel?
Yes.
Clearly something's not right. She seems... I don't know if her interaction with that gem has caused something to possess her or manipulate her, or I do not know, but what do we think the plan should be?
I admittedly do not have a great plan. It's I guess, is there any sort of check I can do to try and get a better idea of what could be happening here?
Give me an Arcana.
Oh, that's not this character. That's a 2.
Yeah, it's because of how like for as much vastness as you understand, that also comes at the cost of you being so confined to the woods of the Court of the Four Seasons. So there's so much that you don't know because you're integrated in a culture of sheltered Eladrins that were from the Green.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there's so much that you don't know that perhaps a different life would have given you that information.
Yes, I'm not sure what could be. I mean, I suspect it is a charm, a possession, something of that nature. It only came about after she had spent some time with the gem, trying to get it to allow us passage into Dark World. I do have ready today. I can perhaps give her a boost if it's a possession. Charming, we're already fairly resistant to,
Yes.
so I don't have much to help her on that, but I can attempt to boost her in other aspects that may help with it, but I'm not familiar with this at all.
I mean, it's at what point Endien wakes up, blindfolded, tied up.
Where am I?
You're still in the cave, Endien.
Why have you bound me?
How are you feeling this morning?
Groggy, like somebody knocked me out.
What's the last thing you remember?
We were whittling things to get we had to get to Dark World.
I'm insight checking her.
Yeah.
That's not great. That's only a 10.
Am I at disadvantage or not? Endien has exhaustion.
Yeah. Your mental stuff is gonna go off of the other stuff, not.
Okay. Do I use my own modifiers though?
No. You go. You would use a -2.
Oh, 10 then.
Oh, 10. I mean, yeah, I think that's the DC. You beat it, I think. I think it's I suppose.
I'm gonna treat it as it's not totally clear. Like I'm not.
I'll roll for Eldatha. Oh, okay. It's based off wisdom, not charisma, because he would have also gotten a 15. So yeah, I don't think Endien's this direct.
If this is the elemental, we mean you no harm, but you cannot remain in our companion's body. Is there a way that we could return your form to you?
And I think so. At this point, I think does Nathaniel know Primordial?
Nope.
No,
not
okay.
this character.
A harsh sounding rumble and hiss of like thundering clouds and like hissing air comes out of Endien's mouth.
I don't understand that, but I am willing to help you. Again, you just cannot remain in our companion's body. Give us some time. We may be able to find someone who can communicate better with you. I would then kind of like nod to Eldatha and just motion that I was going to go walk out of the cave so that he would stay there with Endien.
Oh, okay.
While they do that, I can text to Endien's phone, right? Mac phone?
I mean, you can get it sent like a voice recording.
I guess it would just not Endien would feel a vibration coming from the mag phone.
Endien is tied up, and Eldatha wouldn't know. So, unfortunately, you just get no response for a while.
Well, while Thellum is unsure if he could come back or not, and he has rested. How big is this? How big is a gem?
I want to say like a big hamburger size.
A large number 2. Okay, is it? No, I can't. I will. I will pop into the ring.
Okay. You pop into the ring. Yeah, you are there with Pazuzu looks annoyed, but you can assume that's because he doesn't want to go to Dark World.
Hey there. You wouldn't happen to know what would happen if I broke this?
Thellum, young Thellum.
Not that young.
As the weeks go on, you are reminding me more and more of stupid fish.
Why specifically fish? Okay, I'll take it as a sign that breaking it is not a good plan. But
I assume that is what the air elemental.
Yes.
Because you are unable to walk on your own legs, I suppose.
If you saw last night, I can't.
If you break it, you will release the air elemental inside. You're holding a soul gem, a classic form of manipulation that people have had to trap the souls of creatures inside to draw upon their life and magic as need be.
I'm gonna ask that question later. So if breaking it is not the solution, what would the solution be for helping someone that seems to have been maddened by this?
I'm assuming she's possessed by the elemental. She has a weak will and thus was possessed by a more dominant spirit. Thellum, I do not think you understand what you are all attempting to do. You do not understand the nightmare that is Dark World. I do not think you will all survive. In fact, I think as utilitarian as Darius was, he's very hard-headed, and I think that would end up getting him killed. He's probably dead by now.
Damn, bro. He's spilling tea. I don't think you fully understand the lengths I would go to save a friend. Darius still could be alive. That is enough for me. And this should be enough for us to go into Dark World.
What are you to them? Are you a useful bubble vehicle that they can use? Are you their into a magic ring filled with a genie? What are you to them?
A friend. Something that you clearly lack.
A friend is someone that you have a temporary alliance with for the benefit of both of you. What are you benefiting from?
Friendship. I'm sorry that you've clearly had bad experiences in your long lifespan. I know I've messed up, and I'm trying to be a friend to you. But if you want some sort of friendship, some sort of relationship to go between us, I would very, 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 very much appreciate some help saving a friend. But if you don't want to, I fully understand you do not like the Dark World.
I am trying to save you all from death here.
What? You clearly don't like them. And what's the point if I die when you get a fast pass to my body anyway?
I told you, it is not about me gaining power. Otherwise, I would have taken your body long ago. I am not one to have frivolous demands of people. I do not need to deal with those who would act as an angler, luring shiny things to them so they could have their feast. I am biding my time to freedom. And I am not trying to make it inconvenient for you.
Thank you. I just came in here to just see if you had any helpful advice. If you don't want to give any...
I told you smash it, the air elemental is free. That's the fastest way that you will release your friend from possession.
But why is that stupid?
I did not say it was.
You called me stupid, so there's gonna be a reason why you said that. Unless you just think that, which
We've talked about this, Thellum.
We've talked about a lot of things.
The constant need for reliance and demands.
And what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with asking for help. Especially with someone like you who's obviously has experience and skills.
It never ends with asking for help, Thellum.
I'm sorry if I've demanded things before. Okay? I'm making this clear. You don't need to give me anything. I was just simply asking for help. That's it.
If you smash the gem, just be prepared. Because I believe your friend Nathaniel is the one that killed it.
Okay.
And you poof out of the ring, like ejected. And you are... give me a dex save.
25.
Okay. Yeah, the ring caught on like a small branch or like twig as it was falling out of the tree, and you're able to just catch yourself without crashing into the ground.
God. I'll try the phone once again. Notice it's not gonna.
Yeah, you're not getting anything. Is Nathaniel out just searching?
I would be going out, and I would go a little distance, because I know like the general direction Thellum was running in.
Mm-hmm.
So to kind of like the tree line in that area, and I would just call out, Thellum, if you can hear us, the elemental is possessing Endien. It's speaking a language I don't understand. It sounds similar to what came out of your ring before. If you can hear me, we could use your assistance with this. And I would wait out there for a while, 30 minutes, close to an hour, to see if he would show up.
I
mean, if you just go ahead, yeah, it's up to you. He's out searching, hollering. I don't think that needs my dictation.
Thellum will sneak up and stunning blow. I'm just joking.
Do we want to start this? Do we want to Thellum?
Let me have my findings. I'll help you.
Thellum will pop out from a random bush and be like, psst, psst. Is it safe? Is she still crazy?
I mean, yes, to a degree. I mean, we're pretty sure she's possessed by the elemental in some way, shape, or form. She is blindfolded and lightly tied up.
Lightly?
I mean, she's not hog-tied, but she's hobbled like you would a horse.
Have you seen the things that she could do? There's a reason why I was running fast.
That's why she's blindfolded as well.
I don't know. She has tricks, but if you say it's safe, I'll come back.
I mean, she didn't attack us in the time that she was there. In theory, she could have overpowered Ildatha at this point, but I haven't heard a scuffle.
Well, I feel like after, punching her a bit. Okay, I'll come back.
Okay, yeah. Head back to the cave then.
Ildatha is just in owl form at this point, just watching. You get back in, the air elemental is just again like these rumbles and hisses as it's speaking primordial. Thellum, you would hear it basically saying, "I will tear you all limb from limb, batter your bodies into whatever it may fling itself into and rip you apart."
I'm sorry, Eldafa. It's calling you fat.
That's rude.
And weak. I'm just joking, buddy. It's threatening us. It's found out threats. Nothing useful.
Well, do you wish to be released or not?
I will, and this is the only thing that only Thellum can hear. I will bring you to the highest point of the stratosphere and release you to your ultimate demise, bear.
Okay, that time he called you fat, Nathaniel. It's just rude.
I think... What actual season is it?
It is it's fall right now, because we just had the autumn equinox a few days ago.
Nathaniel, taps their stomachs we're getting into winter, so putting on a little bit of winter weight, but I thought it was accepted. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's great. I mean, it's big talk from someone who hasn't been able to do that, can't do that, unless we release you, because your current form cannot go up to the highest stratosphere, which seems to be your want.
Wait, thinking. Is there any body of water around?
Not that you've noticed in your time coming up here.
Eldafa. Okay, could you scout out a lake for me, if you could? I have an idea.
Kind of has a quizzical look. He's gonna go out and scout for a
I swear
while.
to God, Thellum, if you waterboard me.
It has nothing to do with your body.
Don't touch me, you freak.
Okay, he goes out. Anything Nathaniel says, it seems as though the elemental is just cursing you all out, basically threatening you all.
I'm happy to fight you again when you're released. I have no qualms against violence. We need our companion back, though.
Because I was thinking, if I break this, he holds up the gem. If I break this, it'll release the air elemental.
Mm-hmm.
What if we released the air elemental, but there's no air? Would that work?
I mean, fish don't breathe. There is air in water. It's just a very small amount.
Yeah, but
also it's a being made of air. I don't know if if when releasing it, because it is made of air, there'd be air there regardless.
would that work, Eldafa? Do you know?
Ildatha went to scout.
Damn it! Forgot. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you sent Ildafa off.
I'm gonna go up to Endien's body. Do you need air?
Are you saying this in common or primordial?
In primordial.
Okay. It looks a bit stunned for a second that you're speaking its language. You release me.
Yeah. I will in a minute. Do you need air to survive?
I am air.
So theoretically now, keep up with me. If you were under the sea, would you be alive or okay?
I would rise up in a twister of nightmares.
Okay.
Release me.
Yeah. In a sec. Dang, dude. Now I'm talking in common. Dang, dude. It just called Endien's body frail. I don't know. It just doesn't want to talk.
I mean, she's quite lithe, but I wouldn't call her bulky by any sense of it.
Yeah, okay.
Frail may not be the right word, but
yeah, I don't think the lake thing would work.
Would it be willing to, for its release, to grant us permission to enter Dark World?
He skedaddles over to Endien's body again. For your freedom, in primordial, for your freedom, would you grant us entrance to the Dark World?
Give me persuasion.
With the Riz. It's a 12.
Thellum do not have Riz.
I don't know when you were going to do that. Could have cast Enhance Ability on you.
You should release me because it is correct to do. If I lay in waste in this body, it will die.
What do you mean by that?
I will not eat. I will not drink.
Oh, we got time. I waddle over to Nathaniel.
That's a great
Nothing.
movement terms.
I guess so. My question for this is, for the time being of the day, do you guys have plans otherwise? It seems as though today, at least, this elemental is not as willing to work with you. You theoretically could just let it sit there. Can I get you could try again tomorrow, possibly, if you'd like to, and see if time will wear it down. I know there's other things you guys got to get collected still too, like you guys got to work on the tallow-covered spruce bits. It's still a full moon tonight, so you might want to, keep that moonstone orb basked in moonlight for the ritual.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab Endien's mag phone.
Okay.
See if I can use it.
Yeah. What are you trying to do with it?
So, could I look up? It's like the internet, right? Could I look up?
It's like a
info
kind. Yeah, you could do it to research.
How to exercise air elemental out of body.
All right, yeah. Give me an investigation check.
Ooh, wait. Is investigation
intelligence?
I rolled a 17, but I got down to a 15.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's usually my I usually say for every bit above 10, you can ask a question. So if your question is if you want to do it, I'll say that Endien can fight back about this internally. So that possibly while the creature's overnight, Endien's able to attempt to free herself from this.
But how about
otherwise? There's certain magics that can help expel or help them resist it and stuff like that. I doubt it. If I had to guess, I'd say I doubt anything
That's some cleric shit.
Yeah, that's usually cleric shit.
What if I just reset her mental with a punch?
You didn't get high enough to keep asking questions, so maybe.
Damn it!
You could try.
Okay, can I go for messages?
There's no messages. All you get is your voicemail back.
Yeah. I delete it.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, you know, Endien can internally fight this. Otherwise, you'll need some sort of like cleric-y magic to, more like divine magic to do it.
Okay.
I don't have any other plans. Nathaniel would probably go out and start gathering the spruce needles that we need for those types of things, and start preparing all of that.
Amongst the caves, you find the ability, like you might find like the animal fat needed to do the tallows. You'd probably just have to like melt it down and work it a little bit. So yeah, I think you guys over the day or over the night could prepare the last ingredient. At some point, Eldatha comes back, looks very worried, very harried, very distraught. Lets you know that there are harpies that live in these mountains, and he was almost harpy food, and he barely got away. Yeah, so, but he said he didn't really find a lake because he was too busy trying to outrun several harpies.
Okay. How much longer until the full moon's gone?
Till the full moon's gone? So literally today is like the first full moon. Yesterday it was like sliver almost there. But Synthos and full moon right now, and will not be in. You have about, including tonight, you have about 4 nights left of the full moon.
Okay, because we need the full moon to do this ritual, right? Or did
the moonstone needs to be like bathed in moonlight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In the full moon.
So, I doubt any of you two know any divinations, divine magic. No.
I do not know magic.
Okay. The best we can do is just whisper words of encouragement to Endien, because that's the only way. Other than fighting this thing, that's the only way that we could get this air elemental out. Should we give it a day for her, see if she could do it, or just duke it out with a dust bunny?
I think we give it some time to think. It's not going to enjoy being caged up, so to speak. Perhaps another day trapped in Endien will be enough to accept our deal. We're not asking much of it for its freedom.
Okay.
All right. So the night goes on. You guys have prepared your stuff. The only thing you will need to do, that other than once after you've freed Endien, the only last ingredient you'll need is Endien to carve a totem of her fear. And then, so the night goes on. Endien. Oh yeah.
As part of that, just like, do we get a sense? How soon after we get permission do we have to do the ritual?
I think so long as you have that permission, you can enter. Okay. I think it's not clear, but I mean, you expressly have if you get the permission, like tomorrow, you will have expressly that kind of permission to go do it. So I think, as time fades, it might not work, but it really depends on that. It's not too clear. The only people who could have probably give you a clear answer are dead.
Yeah, we have some time, but not a lot of time. Like, in the span of days, not weeks type of a situation. Okay.
Yes.
Good to know.
So if I can get a charisma save from Endien, are you...
If you'll allow it, I'll cast Enhance Ability for charisma on her.
Yeah, because how long does that last? Like an hour?
Yeah, it lasts an hour.
I mean, no.
I'm also whispering words of encouragement to her ear.
Yeah.
Does Enhance Ability give me advantage?
Advantage, yes.
Yeah. Thellum, what are the encouraging words you're saying to her?
You're doing great, sweetie.
In a fun thing, it's Eagle Splendor, so it's a bird that's a flying creature.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. 14.
The next day goes up. Can I get a con save? Gotta be a 10.
From everybody or just me?
You. Everyone else is normal now.
Okay. I beat it. I got a 17.
Okay, so you're in your
Exhaustion
goes down.
Cleared.
There's, if it
Now
comes
release
to
me.
it, I did have the idea, and Nathaniel is ready to cast Goodberry and shove that Goodberry down Endien's throat like you give a cat a pill. Just nope, you have to swallow it.
Do you get half of your hit dice back on a short rest? Is that how we do it?
I've been doing, I think, because I literally didn't know.
Long rest, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know until like a few days ago that long rest only gave you half your hit dice back. So I've been assuming you all have just been getting your full hit dice
I've always
back.
done half, I think.
Okay.
I just don't use them often enough to remember if that's how we did in this campaign or not.
Yeah, you can get the full allotment back.
I think it also makes sense since we're doing slow healing, like we're using them a lot more.
Yeah.
That only getting half back would be rough on these
yes.
longer
you only get
missions.
once per night.
Yeah.
No,
All
that
right.
would be too bad for you guys because you guys take like 2 months off after every mission.
I have no exhaustion, so now you guys release me.
Oh, okay. So the next day comes by. It starts in with the swearing again and the cursing and the why won't you just release me? I will tear you apart.
My guy, we want to release you. We just need permission from you. We're on the same page here.
We'll give you understanding of violence.
Yeah, Baka, feel free to swear and threaten and insult them too.
Poopy head.
Yeah, it knows what poop is and it knows your head is that. Yeah, I mean, if you want to take time to try and negotiate again, you can go ahead and do that. See if he's worn down by a full day of not being free.
Would it be persuasion?
I'm
Yes.
going to cast Eagle Splendor on Thellum again,
On
or on
Endien.
Thellum now,
Yeah.
so that you have advantage on charisma checks.
Persuade.
Release me.
Go. Nope. Persuade. Go. Oh, it is a 13.
My dude.
Another day wasted.
Another day waste.
It's just, I mean, you're spending time here. Endien's tied up.
He's probably hungry.
Probably, like I said, the air elementals refusing any food or water. It's just
you.
yeah, trying not to go.
I know I don't speak primordial and whatever, I don't know if it's understanding me, but after Thellum's tried to calmly talk to it, I just squat down in front of Endien, which I know she can't see me, but I just say, we want to release you. We are not asking for a promise that you will not attack us or anything like that. We wish to enter Dark World, which is a place, from everything I've heard, is shitty and could kill us anyways. You wish to be released? We wish to release you. We need your permission to perform a ritual to enter Dark World. Do you give us that? You can be released. Try to attack us. Try to throw me from the stratosphere. I don't care. We need your permission, and you can be released.
Endien spits in your face.
Speak to me eye to eye.
Remove my blinds.
I don't fully wild shape, but I do in that squat lean forward and put a hand on Endien's chest and start to wild shape
Touch me there.
into a bear and start leaning that weight on her chest and say, I am willing to play this out as long as it takes. You're trapped in a meat prison and will never see the sky unless you give us permission.
I'm not trapped in here with you. She's trapped in here with me.
As it says all these things, I say back, I can't fucking understand you.
Yeah, so I mean, Nathaniel is doing his best to because his entire life is to be like an assistant to King Anar. So his whole thing is he's going out, he's looking for stuff, he's trying to prep everything to be as good and set to go as possible to make everything comfortable out here. Did you guys have other plans for the day?
No, I keep looking at my fucking spells, and none of them are useful.
I thought it was funny. I looked at Protection from Good and Evil, and the only one in the group who could have possibly learned it was Thellum. I thought that was kind of a hoot. Yeah, so the next night goes on. I
have another enhance ability. I'll cast it on Endien again.
Yeah, absolutely.
The rest.
Okay, because you guys have gotten so close every time. The DC is 15. That's it. It's
too much faith in me.
It's been 10 plus the
Just
CR. So I just wanted to let you know, between the two of you,
kill me. Am I rolling?
Yeah. I believe you have an advantage because of the eagle. What words of encouragement is Thellum saying today?
No, he's just singing a random song into her ear.
Well, Thellum, that random song worked because I got a 10, baby.
Oh, Thellum, whatever you're doing, it's
Just
not
collapse
working.
my chest with your bear paw.
Yeah. Very frail. Actually, very frail. You overestimated her. Give me a con save.
Does the no food and water?
Yeah, you're gonna get a -1. I'm gonna do
Minus
every day
one.
that you don't eat. I'm gonna give you another -1 on the con.
From my con save?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna do disadvantage. I think that's too wildly different. But did you get a 10 on the die?
No, I got a 12.
Oh, what's your con?
So then -1 to be 11.
Oh yeah, you're past. Okay, that's good. You're not exhausted.
I got an 11 on the die, +1, then -1.
Yeah.
So essentially, I just don't have any modifier. Unless there's more of minuses.
It is the 21st of Libvale. It's a Moon's Day. And you're up to go again. So this is not necessarily this is mostly a war of attrition to determine how many extra days you're going to take to find Darius, which I think is the bigger concern out of all of this. Is just you don't know how many. You've already spent so much time not finding him that it's hard to know for sure how much these extra days are going to be bad. So if I could get some more, if you're willing to keep trying to barter with it, you can go ahead and give me. I don't know if you're going to get your Eagle Splendor.
Yes.
At least I got.
Do you want to try? Because I've been rolling bad.
Oh
yeah,
not. It's only because you're speaking Primordial is the only reason he's allowing this, or it's allowing this.
I want to ask because we haven't really delved into this.
Mm-hmm.
How are you treating the Eladrin's ability to change their season on a trance? Is that just like
we talked about this very early on that Eladrin were stationary? Like they get into the one.
Born this way.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just checking on that because I didn't pay attention because it didn't matter to me.
That's right. No, absolutely, that's right. So you are rolling with advantage then because of the Eagle Splendor for your bartering.
Kyle,
19.
19.
Hey, somebody had to roll good out of the two of us.
So it's been a few days and it's been stationary for too long. It likes to go where the wind takes it, as they say. Fine. Release me, and I will give you permission.
Okay, I will break the gem.
You smash the gem, and a light thrums it almost like a flash of light for a second, as you then now all feel like this intense wind blowing against you in the middle of this cave, Endien's body rattles around against the walls and ceiling. No, it's like it like bursts out. It is cramped wind basically in this. You can barely notice it because of its nature. It looks down to you, Thellum, and says, "You have my permission to enter Dark World." And it fades off into the wind outwards.
Wait, only me?
It just says you have permission.
I couldn't tell where it was looking at. I felt its gaze on me.
Yeah.
Look, druid magic, it's kind of... We're not the biggest on sticklers for rules. It'll probably be fine. Like, we got the vibes of it. We're big vibes magic people. Like, clerics with gods, they have like a lot of rules and like scriptures that they have to follow. We just got to get the vibes right.
I will look to Endien.
Endien, this whole time, and I've told you about this, but this whole time, Endien, you've been in this open air falling for 3 full days, unable to rest, you don't seem to need to eat or drink in this area. Like, it seems like spiritually this is where you are, falling with like air, like a wind tunnel almost, just like battering against you as you keep falling to no end. At some point it's probably annoying, but you are at peace for a while with it, unsure what will happen with you, until eventually you see land. You are still battered and disoriented, and then right as you're about to hit the ground and your eyes open, you're in a cave and you feel hungry as hell, thirsty as hell. Your head and your gut hurt like they've been just battered.
Am I dead?
No. You fell down real hard.
Thellum, I can't see you.
Sorry.
I can't move my limbs.
Yeah. he undid blindfold and the binds.
Ildatha has turned into an owl at this point.
Nathaniel mutters under their breath, "Coward."
So what do you remember?
I've just been falling.
Yeah, you fell pretty hard. Here, have something to eat. He passes some rations and some water towards her.
What? How long have I been out? What happened?
3 days.
3 days? How hard did I fall? How did I don't remember being anywhere near how I could fall that hard.
I don't know. One second I was looking away, and another you were just on the ground.
Ildatha turns back from.
Put up a hand in front of Ildatha.
What's happened in the 3 days I've been out?
We've been waiting for you to awaken.
Yeah. So we have everything ready. We got a permission from our very cool air elemental. So we can all go into the dark world now. We're just waiting for you.
Where'd you find an air elemental? Were you able to talk to that gem?
Yeah.
Sorry I impeded all of our progress so much.
No,
with my
it's okay. It's okay. You just need to watch where you're stepping, okay?
Yes.
Nathaniel is very specifically not saying anything, and also is not hiding any of their facial expressions, and is just like a very like, the fuck are you talking about?
I'm gonna do. I think it started to catch on with how over the top those. I'm gonna do an insight check to see how much he catches on.
Give that
It's a natural
deception.
20.
Oh! I don't think you can do that with deception.
Plus 3 for 23.
Actually, you have advantage. Oh, I just still don't think your modifiers could beat it. So I think your modifiers are +2.
I sense what's happening and I drop in his ability. You feel the eagle splendor leave you,
The eagle takes flight.
twisting in the wind
Just like
in
the
your
elemental.
lies.
You know I'm lying.
Yes, I'll be sure to watch where I step from now on.
So insight check to see if she caught on. She
I'm
said that
rolling
with
check to see if
malice.
he got on. What, you roll a 1?
I rolled that 20.
Oh!
Yeah. You know that
Oh
she's
my
got on.
Oh shit.
I imagine we should wait until the sun starts setting to go into our adventure.
It needs to be
yeah.
at night, from what I understand.
Oh yeah,
Nathaniel, what is your plans from here?
This place sounds dangerous. I am going to do no good returning to the woods, or even waiting for you here to perhaps also languish in Dark World. I will travel with you and see that you return back here.
I
Thanks.
appreciate your accompaniment on this mission.
No, I think that would be wonderful. I think
That'd
Why
be
are you so
amazing.
sarcastic?
No one will say anything. It got awkward.
no, I think that'd be wonderful.
Sorry, I have a head injury and it takes me a second to form my thoughts.
I punched you. You were possessed. I knew something was going on. I had to punch it out of you.
Yes, I mean, I suppose, and again, we should be wary for, I don't know if everyone's got enough food on them or not, but if not, then we can always go hunt, but, oh, Endien,
Yes.
you need to carve your totem yet.
Oh, yes. It was something we feared, correct?
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm
That should
gonna
give us
be
plety of time to
So
do that.
original with mine.
And then...
Nobody else thought to do this.
Is
Nobody thought
it
to
a
carve
ring?
themselves.
What's wrong with elves? What the fuck is wrong with elf people, man?
I'm willing to expand on Nathaniel since they've had plenty of time to carve onto it more. What started as like the rough approximation of Nathaniel has become more detailed as they've had more time. They have very bestial claws, long serrated teeth, and they now have had time to, either by pricking their own fingers or getting some sort of dyes, their hands and face and like all down the front is blood stained, as if they've been tearing into something.
Ildathos remains the same. Again, Ildathos suggests not going out too far if we're going to hunt or anything throughout this time, just because now that he knows there's harpies active, it just might be a terrible scenario. We've already had to deal with so much already.
We
I have
don't.
plenty of rations, like I haven't eaten for 3 days.
Yeah.
We also, I have Goodberry that we can subsist on for. If rations get low, hunting would not be necessary for the most part. I can do some we can do some foraging to see if there's anything either in the other caves, which I'm sure we've already collected, or nearby, but no large expeditions, I think, are necessary to gather food.
Okay.
Thellum?
Sorry, okay, God.
No, I wasn't going to say it. I was going to ask you, do you know where the king's sword is?
Oh,
It's not in its sheath.
Did I see Endien take it out? No, I was just running.
You had ran at that point.
She dropped it in the woods, didn't she?
You dropped it in the woods.
I absolutely would have gone and collected
Okay.
that at this point.
Okay.
Like, you wouldn't have it on you, but it would be essentially like with all the rest of your stuff that was collected, but
Okay.
not on your
Yeah.
person.
Okay.
Never mind, it's here.
Oh,
And it's caked
I
in
was just
snow.
testing you.
So I'm assuming what does Endien's looks like? What does it look like?
It looks like Endien.
Looks like Endien. What is
It doesn't
Can
look
you-
great, but when she rests, she can make it better. but we're going tonight, so she can't change her.
the question
please.
Sorry, I guess my question is, to what degree does it look like Endien, and what degree does it look like Endien with bark?
More like Endien, not without bark.
Without bark. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a piece of wood, so it's
Yes, I know,
it
but
looks
like,
but it doesn't look like textured or
Yeah.
anything. It looks like non-injured Endien.
Okay. So as night falls, if everyone's ready, so someone needs to have the orb, the moonstone orb. Who is going to deal with that? Who's going to hold that?
Oh, not you or you?
me.
You're gonna have it? Okay.
Yeah.
So Thellum's got the orb. So Thellum is going to have to lead the party into this it's one. You can lift up the orb for everyone to see. And you will take the tallow dipped spruce bit, like the bits with all the pines, like a little finger-sized bit of it, dipped in tallow, and then use those as earplugs. Everyone will also hold on to the totem that's carved into their greatest fear. And since you have permission from an entity of Dark World, you guys can start heading in. The walls are lined with lemonite, which has this purplish darkness to it. Everyone has dark vision, but as you are going through this tunnel, what looked like it should have been a short tunnel beforehand now extends further and further, and the darkness along the walls, you see each other, but everything else starts to feel like a void. But you see each other.
I go invisible.
Yes, except for Endien fades from your sight, and all of you you're focused on this glowing orb, and as you're going in, it remains glowing like a full moon. And you guys follow down this tunnel. Your senses, you can't hear anything because of the earplugs, and all you have is your sight of this one orb and the smell, but there's no real smell to everything, maybe because it's the cold or it's under earth. You're not really smelling like the dirt, probably because the lemonite is surrounding it. So it feels like you're in a sensory deprivation tank almost, where you're just nothing. You're in a nothingness void as you walk further and further down this tunnel, with only this orb in the sky that you are all looking at. And after 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, an hour, as you're walking through this, eventually you realized that as Thellum is able to lower the orb, a glowing orb still remains in the sky, and you notice your surroundings to be a dark grasslands almost. You see trees, You see within your vision, but everything that you see is in black and white because of your dark vision, and everything past, everything that you might hear from the woods, like insects or rustling of grass in the wind. You can't see what it is, but you hear it. And every sound you make, you know something else that may not see you can also hear you. You are all in Dark World. And we will see you all next time.
What?
Yeah. All right. If you would like to talk to me about how you doing, how you like this show, you can always hit me up on Twitter. That's at BumbleScum. That's with a K. If you'd like to ask about what it's like to put pine needles in your ear, you can always see if your fellow bookheads enjoyers know about it by tweeting at IDL_RPGS or #IDL. If you would like to know what it's like to get nowhere in a negotiation, you can always hit up Adam. That's at Little Growth on Twitter. If you would like to know what it's like to be in a free fall for 3 straight days, you can always hit up BakaZombie. That's at ZombieBaka on the Twitter. And I don't have a bit for this one. Kyle doesn't have a thing. Go fuck yourself. Bye.